in their way through the lower bracket, and who, unfortunately, will be heading home as we get into the action. EnVyUs starting off on that CT side. ELEAGUE will be your T, Snods.
Exactly that already. 4 players from EnVyUs going towards the A side, double towards door, double towards A main. They will be met by no contact, but they will be getting a lot of information as RPK and Sixer push.
Yeah, trying to go for the info plays deep and heavy. Look how much map control they've already achieved as they find the entries as well. They get the initial frags, they take down PHR. There is a response from Furlan, who actually doubles it up with a second headshot on RPK.
Happy playing retake towards CT on the B-bomb site. Does get smoked off and will be conceding the B-bomb site. And now into the retake and the afterplan go. If they can get good afterplan positions, this is definitely going to be a heavily favored pistol for them.
Yeah, there's a lot on the cards. Let's see how it will actually go. 3 versus 4 retake. Happy. He's been firing off those warning shots, but unable to really find success and get an early opener that will allow them to work their way back through. There's their moment of opportunity, though, as the decoy goes through, trying to bait them out, trying to force them to peek as they do actually work together. Grubby and Tao find the necessary frags. It's all on Scream. He can be a headshot machine, but with the USP, can he do it? Of course he can! Doubles it up as he starts to strike and make amends for his teammates falling short. Pushes into the bomb site as well. Hammers back on the trigger as he wants to find these frags. Scream, absolutely sublime, as it's just one man remaining. Grubby peeks through, he taps him, but unfortunately he can't quite do it. ELEAGUE get the round as Grubby as well add insult to injury as he takes down Scream.
You saw the instant panic there for the remaining 2 players from ELEAGUE after Scream had lined up those first 2 headshots. Nevertheless, though, a heroic chance and a heroic attempt from Scream, but not quite enough to conquer ELEAGUE on that pistol round as it's going to fall 1-0 now for ELEAGUE. We saw EnVyUs win both the pistols on the last map and close it out 16-10, and now they're the ones against the buy versus ELEAGUE with the AKs, with the MAC-10s, and they're the ones who are going to be forcing.
Oh, Furlan with the entry as well. Takes down Sixer as these AK buys are going to be fairly effective into this round. You can see XMS as well just weighing it out. CZ in hand, ready to strike as he slips round for the face, but Snatchy with the MAC-10 will make quick work of him as he starts to get the economy building for his side. It all falls down to Happy and Scream. They have armor, they have deagles, but now they're dead.
Dead indeed, and with 5 players surviving as well. Snatchy is low, but so far so good from ELEAGUE. They've won the pistol, they're now about to win the second round versus the force buy from EnVyUs with currently 5 alive, unless Happy can try change that. But if he can't, then we're going to be seeing very strong economical advantage as well for ELEAGUE going forward.
As obviously they do continue with that formidable fashion, working their way through as they need to just keep on trucking, keep their heads held high, win these rounds, try and keep as much economy as possible, and build up cash if they can.
So, round number 3, of course, is going to be the eco from EnVyUs, just going to be RPK investing into a flashbang. Apart from that 5 USP, he's probably going to be flashing in towards A main, flashing in towards mid from highway if they all group up together. But actually, it seems like it will be the first option. 4 players going towards A from EnVyUs as RPK lines up the A main flashbang.
Oh, looks like they do want to try and go for the push in towards main. This is just going to be target practice for Furlan if they do push their way through, as he's just holding his ground. Ready and hungry to strike. From the rear, though, it's actually Snatchy that slips out and starts to slap him down with a MAC-10. There is a response from RPK. Point-blank kill from the USP at the very least, as he will scavenge the weapon and pick it off the corpse of the fallen T player. But finally, the 2 kills come through with the AK Snods. All 3 rounds achieved for ELEAGUE as they will back-to-back get them from the pistol. But here's where it gets serious. This is where EnVyUs now have a golden opportunity.
We saw them in the first game on Cobblestone where when they win the pistol, win the first buy round, they really do run away with the half on the T side. We saw the exact same versus Godsend as well on both of the terrorist sides on that 2-0 victory versus the Swedes who were sent home. And now into round number 4, the first buy round of this final map of this best of 3. No AWP for the CT side. Is this going to be a FAMAS there for XMS? 4 M4s as well to finish off the rest of the buy. Hit bought by Sixer. And then from ELEAGUE, AWP to Snatchy. Good utility as well. Galil kept over by PHR. But no MAC-10s, no SMGs pulled forward into the first buy round. As ELEAGUE aren't going to be taking any chances. They group outside their main right now as they're going to get ready to burst this site.
Going to burst him and try and break the bubble that is EnVyUs' defense. Furlan with the entry as well as he looks very good so far. There is trying to mount some kind of response. You can see Happy looking so furious, so offended of how this has gone as PHR as well. Really starts to make a mockery out of them with that Galil as he'll spray everyone down to dust. And it falls to XMS left in a 1 versus 5. A horrible position to be in for the main man himself as the push will come round. He does get a kill at least. Finds a frag with a Famous as he needs to try and achieve some more. But there's the timing. PHR, a follow-up frag. 3 kills into the round. And ELEAGUE get themselves a 4th on the board.
Yeah, simple round played out as well from ELEAGUE. Grouping in towards a main, 1 player towards door, smoke comes out towards highway, well-timed flashbang, Sixer doesn't find that first kill. And then instantly they fall like dominoes. PHR with an incredible spray down through the smoke by Forklift. Will mean 4-0 now as ELEAGUE claim the pistol, claim the first buy round. As they're the ones with the momentum in their court, building up this first half already. It will be the Eco coming out from EnVyUs, obviously. CZ, Kevlar for XMS, but apart from that, everyone else without Kevlar, just upgraded pistols.
Yeah, CZ in commission there over for XMS. You've got P250. The one Deagle on Scream as well, and Deagle on Happy. We know they can be naughty with the weapons as they start to display there. Scream with the opening frag back on towards PHR. It's a pretty good frag as well. PHR seeming like he has had his running shoes on in today's matchup. He's definitely started to flex his muscles a little bit as we fall into this 4v4.
Make it a 4 versus 3 as RPK with the P250 finds the headshot. The eventual body shot to line it up as well to take down Furlan. An advantage now in favor for EnVyUs, but let's see if Grubby can change that.
Yeah, not a good spot to be in, actually, given the advantage, conceding that man lead to EnVyUs in the battle of attrition. The push comes through, though, but Grubby makes quick work of XMS. The site is now open and clear of that CT side defense, so it is going to be the T side domain as they can get the bomb down and start to dial back the aggression. Just play for the picks when EnVyUs go for a retake.
Play comes in towards Bent. They line up, though, for Grubby. Just leaving now. Happy last alive with the Deagle. No Kevlar, no utility to aid him in this scenario. Instead, just a bare bones Deagle, as he will eventually go down at the hands of Grubby. 5-0 now. As we head into the second buy round of this first half, we need to be seeing potentially a pause or some way where EnVyUs can think about their plan of action, as they will be going for the aforementioned timeout.
Yeah, not a great start. Obviously already conceding 5 rounds to ELEAGUE when you are on your CT half, and EnVyUs need to try and reset themselves. Obviously Happy, he spoke to us about it. He said, you know, sometimes we have to try and use those pauses to just have a little bit of a mental reset and realize what's going on. You can tunnel vision fairly easily. You need that outside perspective. This is where, you know, they have the potential of Malik to provide his input, give his nod into what they can do. He has a long wealth of experience as an IGL back in Source. He knows what he's doing to try and provide a bit more information to aid them as they move on to round 6.
As the 30 seconds does expire, we go live into round number 6, as you said. Double op setup now for Happy and Sixer. Are we going to be seeing the 1-3-1 setup? 1 op towards A, 1 op towards B. 3 rifles towards middle from EnVyUs. Or are they going to be using the ops towards middle to try and take those long-range duels?
Right now, they're keeping them at bay. Not really overextending with them, not trying to force the play with them, Snods, just waiting until the push comes towards them and they can strike it down with the stopping power they have now.
Happy there towards middle with the AWP. Sixer AWPing towards A. Leaving XMS alone towards the B side, playing towards CT, so playing rather passive as well. Bomb left outside mid-main for ELEAGUE as they're going to be slowing the pace down for this round, but as EnVyUs leave middle, go 3 towards A main as the flash comes in. The actual play from ELEAGUE will be towards mid. Happy, if he's not flashed off the angle, should be able to find the first kill.
Oh, there's the peak. Happy a little bit too slow there, though. Couldn't readjust his crosshair in time, so Grubby is allowed to have a free opener. Scream as well, misses as donning the awful weapon he's not really as effective with. It's not really the weapon he is quite a prolific fragger for, as he does fall back, needs a rifle in his hands to run rampant, ideally, but XMS, though, armed with an M4, tries to force them back.
Actually gives up the whole control of the B bomb side, but instead, the bomb is going towards A. Snatch A towards middle, finds the kill onto XMS. Sixter with the AWP, aggressive towards A main. Tao locked in towards door with the bomb as well to back him up. And Sixer finds the first, but the frags go in favor, eventually over Go. Sixer finds the second, but eventually will be traded out. Scream now last alive towards B. No hope, no chance into this one. And now forced to save as they will fall even further behind.
Yeah. Unfortunate stuff there. Six doing a lot of damage as well. Potentially, if Scream could have found that frag towards close mid, or if things could have gone a little bit different for XMS, this round could have shaped up a whole lot different. But Has to try and go for the save now, as he will back off and just hunker down, see if he can find any late round exits if they do go back towards T-spawn. But this is going to be the 6th round achieved for ELEAGUE, and that was EnVyUs' buy.
It was indeed. As they will go into a 6th round deficit now. And Scream, all he can really conjure up is exit kills onto the available players from ELEAGUE. But then again, now $15,000 for Taul. Every single player on ELEAGUE has over $10,000 in their back pocket, which means for EnVyUs, they're going to have to win 3-4 rounds in a row if they want any chance of resetting or emptying the bank accounts of ELEAGUE, if they want to be forcing out ecos or low econ buys. Nevertheless, they're round number 7, 6-0 now for ELEAGUE. EnVyUs, they save the AWP onto 6-up, but that's about it. Deagle for Scream and Happy. 2 CZs, careful on to 4 players. They can maybe play pass the pass with the op if it finds the first kill, but already it's taken out of commission.
Yeah, good spot to be in as well. You go for the early entry frag play off the back of confidence. Furlan definitely was feeling himself on that one. You've now got B-bomb site control. There is one player trying to make amends close by. Luckily, the rotate comes through as the cavalry will arrive for that CT side, but is there any chance of them dealing the damage? The double CZ frags start to come through, actually, as the CTs can mount this opposition, especially when you are mess with the AK. Happy lands the Deagle shot, filthy, but there's the response from Tao. Down to the wire, a 1v1, but somehow they still claw it back.
Even though one player survived for ELEAGUE versus the eco from EnVyUs, it's not about the money here, Jack. Rounds are the commodity in this final map. 7-0 now for ELEAGUE going forward. They have such a big buffer built up already. As right now will be the 3rd buy round from EnVyUs. 2 AWPs again for Happy and 6-up. 3 rifles as well for the rest of the buy. Good utility now. They have 3 Molotovs, smokes across the board, flashbangs as well to try utilize. But let's see how ELEAGUE going to be structuring this one. 6-up finds the first with a boost over the smoke towards Connector. And now the man disadvantage for ELEAGUE. How are they going to fall back upon their strats here to try and pull them through?
It's a lot better as well. We saw the double AWP setup previously, but it wasn't as effective. Obviously, they couldn't actually roam and get the initial frags. Now they're getting the opening entry, and RPK trades it even more so towards them as well, as he's just dealing damage with this M4. PHR will walk out onto the site and really start to skip off a fuss, though, but it's just on Grubby now. This should be the opening round for EnVyUs. He's tapping, he's clicking, but he only gets 1 kill. Scream will fall, but Happy trades it back with the USP. They save both of the AWPs fairly consistently there, as they only take a couple of casualties.
After 8 rounds being played out, we finally see EnVyUs claiming one of them. 1-7 now, and still they are in a 6-round deficit going forward into round number 9. And now there's an opportunity, Jack, for ELEAGUE to reset fully the money from EnVyUs, shatter the CT economy going forward. If ELEAGUE win this round and reset the money for EnVyUs, this could be a 10-5 as a bare minimum. This could be a 12-3 half easily. That could be shaping up for us right in front of our eyes, as it will be. 6-0 again, AWPing towards the A site. Happy this time, AWPing towards B, but actually going to be rotating in towards CT. As right now, EnVyUs are still trying to guess as to where ELEAGUE are going to be eventually committing to.
Yes, they are making their play over towards this B-bomb site. 2 players obviously sitting situated just outside of Sunroom. Looks like they are playing with confidence as well. Snatchy's going to dive straight through, but he doesn't know of RPK's location. Doing a Bruce Willis impression there as he sits in vent. Will strike first, takes down Snatchy, gets them into a 4 versus 5.
Minute 5 seconds on the clock now. Bomb towards B connector making its way towards B main and eventually this B bomb site. Furlan with the AWP can go for the contact lead if he wants to try from the first frag and open up the B site. But Happy holding the angle should be able to get the first entry, the first kill, and deny the aggression now from ELEAGUE.
They have the smokes, they have the utility, they can force him back as the smoke goes down. That is so lucky with the timing as well, as they sled their way on towards that bomb site. Oh, RPK falling really starts to turn the tides as well. That's the site control, lost not. Happy bounds through the smoke, attempting to deny the bomb planter, but they've read this well. They're aware of what's occurring. 6-er somehow finds these frags though. 6-er makes it work on his own.
I hope we get a replay of what we just saw there from 6-er. Jumps out of heaven, tries to pull off the simple play. This is an FPL. This is a minor, actually. Trying to qualify for the major.
It is indeed. 6-er, though.
Are we going to see
Absolute
the replay?
damage.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, as he comes in, is ridiculous. The follow-up frag with the USP as well. Oh, you can see, very relieved as he made it work.
For a second, I thought this was Call of Duty. Then again, 2-7 now, 5 rounds advantage regardless for ELEAGUE so far on the T side. As we go into round number 10, it will be 5 AKs for them. No longer do Go feel like the AWP will have the impact that they require. Lacking the AWP now, will they be going for more of a execution style of a T round here, potentially holding for the default, holding for the aggression from EnVyUs, grouping together outside B, going for Molotovs on the site, smoking off CT, smoking off Heaven. Are they instead going to go towards A, smoke off Highway, molly out the site? As if they do lack the AWP, the longer this round goes on for, and if they don't utilize their utility properly as well, Jack, they may be playing in favor of EnVyUs.
This push coming around as well. Map control towards mid is being encroached upon. ELEAGUE hoping to slip their way through and strike towards the A-bomb site. Scream going to go for the information play as he does slide in, but nothing is really there waiting for him. Sixer, a great angle to will this AWP from Snods.
How's the angle towards Highway? Scream is pushed in towards their main, so they have the information they need. Furlan towards middle. As right now there's a big gap in terms of the CT defense towards middle and CT, but let's see if it even gets to that scenario where the play is actually coming towards A. Go for the assault on the A-bomb site.
Oh, they peek through. The first frag does going to go the way of Scream, though, as he strikes with that M4 and really starts to make a mockery of them. RPK as well, roaming around with such resplendent frags. There's the response from Scream to put the final nail in the coffin as they take them down. EnVyUs winning these rounds back-to-back now is the perfect way for it to go.
As we head into the 11th round now, 3-7, EnVyUs able to claim 3 rounds on the trot. At one point, will there be a tactical timeout from Go to try and deny EnVyUs this momentum which has been building up slowly? As they will be going for the quasi-buy, so they can still buy up into the next round. It's going to be the Kevlar for Tau. But apart from that, no one else from the side of Go having armor, just an AK. Actually, no, sorry, I didn't even mean to see that. PHR will go for the investment on the AK, but he will be able to buy up into the next round regardless, so he can still afford the 5 rifles set up into the next round. Let's see if they can test the waters with the 1 AK.
Just right now, set themselves up to try and go for this play out towards A. Obviously not really too much to work with. They only have the 1 AK on PHR, the rest of them just on pistols. RPK from the elevated angle should be an easy spray for him. But he only gets 1 frag before he's traded back. Snatchy as well. The close angle response. He taps down with a P250 to eliminate Scream. Sixer has to charge in. He's hoping to deny the bomb plant, but they fall short. The miss from Happy as well. This is a terrible position to be in as the round gets further and further out of their control. Furlan with a final deagle shot comes in, kills Happy. ELEAGUE somehow make a mockery and win that round.
If EnVyUs want any chance of coming back into this first half, they cannot let rounds like that slip away. Only 1 player from Go going for the investment onto the Kalashnikov and the Kevlar, and apart from that, bare bones buy from the T side as it still finds success. Sixer tries to deny the bomb plant, to deny money, but instead he opens up the round for Go to get more than just $800, but in fact that 8th round.
This push comes through. Furlan with the initial face is going to be able to deal with Scream very swiftly as he just takes him down. The AWP looking strong. They need to win this round though, Snods. The reset potential could be horrific if it actually does go that way. So consistency is key here.
It is indeed. The buy from EnVyUs. CZ for XMS, Sixer down to the FAMAS. M4 for RPK, Happy on the AWP as well as Sixer. We'll go for the A-main aggression, spots out some information. Doesn't see the bomb just yet, so still EnVyUs are left guessing as to where Go eventually going to be concluding their round.
Play towards the B-bomb site. Seems to be the order of the day as they have got map control towards mid. The wall of smokes definitely aid them as well. The fact that Grubby can find that frag on RPK, there is a response from Happy as he hammers down with the AWP. Grubby just sprinting through Grubby, still continuing it as he's grabbing all of these absolutely flamboyant frags. XMS is in the rear. It's how he likes it, but can he actually achieve anything with it as he's forced to push through? The smoke is down. All he has is a flashbang to try and allow him to slip out. They're going to be aware of his location. He's hammering back on the CZ, panicking as he looks for a firearm to try and give him a little bit of an edge. He will scavenge the M4.
1 versus 3. As XMS will be throwing in the towel and saving this M4 forward into the next round, round number 13. The scoreline will read 9-3 as EnVyUs, they had their stint of 3 rounds in a row, but now their money has been shattered and broken. XMS, $750 left in his bank balance going forward. If he doesn't save this AK, they're going to have nothing left.
Be broken, destroyed and disappointed as this round will go the way of ELEAGUE right now, having a very effective T half. They just need to continue this. We saw in the past them going through with an 11-4 half on the first map. It looked incredible. Can they do that again? Can they repeat history, Snods?
So, question is for EnVyUs, will they go for a pause? Will they try and have a team talk? Try and work out what their issues are on their CT side defense right now. As you can see, the frustration starting to mount. Usually, EnVyUs, such a team that's so composed, so calm, so collective. Right now, they're the ones showing the emotion. Round number 13, double AWP set up now for a go. Mach 10 for Furlan. So some of these players want to up the tempo, and some of them want to slow the pace right down. But let's see as the mid push comes in from EnVyUs. They will be going for the boost over middle, boosting up this one saved M4.
Tao just holding, waiting for the counter boost play, suspecting it, and it does actually come through as well. Luckily, his patience will pay off as he strikes first and takes them down. Snatchy, a further frag. Furlan. Oh, that is ridiculous. RPK should have got the kill there, but will go down. And Sixer trying to see what he can achieve with this USP. There are a few low players around him. They don't really have much sustain left, and he's popping their head to Sixer. Keeps it going through, back to back, left and right hooks as he body slams them down. It's only PHR to overthrow him.
That one getting a little bit too close for comfort. Nevertheless, 3-10, a 7-round deficit now for the French side, and one of the favorites for the whole minor going forward, let alone not even making it to the major qualifier. As you can see there, the first killers, those players were low, already tagged down, which meant one shot, one headshot from the USP from Sixer was enough to make them hit the deck. And you can see the frustration and the anger they're showing once they are conceding these rounds. They know that as each and every round they go ahead, the chance of EnVyUs actually claiming this final map slips away.
Yeah. Not looking fantastic for him, obviously. An 11-4 half is what appears to be shaping up and forming before our very eyes. It's a battle of the AWPs. 4 AWPs in commission in the server now.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday versus Optic, we saw a go try and bring out the double AWP setup. It had great effect, but they still lost the round in the middle portion of it because obviously when you bring 2 AWPs on your T side, you do bring yourself a high chance of getting that first pick, but you also lessen your strength in the afterplants or the mid portion of the rounds where you try to get into a site. Nevertheless, though, fight fire with fire, as they say, as it will be the penultimate round of this first half of this final map of this best of 3, round number 14. Bomb left towards mid-main as a goal are going to be trying to give their 2 AWPers time to work the map, try and feel out that first pick. And for EnVyUs, Sixer with the AWP towards A main, Happy AWPing towards middle. They have 2 AWPs, Jack, but both of these AWPs are lacking Kevlar. And across the board, the 5 players are lacking a kit as well.
Happy. Waiting towards mid, just lying patiently there for this push to come through. The tower will go for the early face. The flashbangs do force them to fall back. They are willing to concede that mid control and attempt to play for the retake later on, but the push hasn't come through. Ago just trying to keep them on their toes, have them second guessing and doubting where this true play will be coming towards as they have 45 seconds remaining.
XMS alone towards B, Happy. Solo warping towards middle from Connector. And then 3 players towards A from EnVyUs. They know that Ago have really been favoring that A bomb site. That's why there's 3 players there. But regardless, Happy finds the first towards middle. Tower was taking out the server, leaving us down to 1 AWP for the T side. But actually, the real play is coming towards B.
Yeah. This is where the stars have aligned. Can they actually find the entries, though? There's a potential man waiting to slow them down as he finds the double kill. XMS starts to reign supreme. A hailstorm of bullets fired upon them from the elevated angle. PHR and Furlan, they've got site control, but can they actually find these frags as he will get 1? Strikes there as he takes down XMS, plays around the site as well, tries to get the second. Scream will eliminate his brother in arm as he finds that headshot, but the time is up. He can't quite do it, as he will be able to stay alive at the very least.
4-10. Can EnVyUs finish off the rest of this half with the remaining round? Make it 10-5, win the second half. Pistol go 1 for 1 in terms of the pistols, and then suddenly they're right back into this game. But there's so many what-ifs for that scenario to occur. As right now they still have the final round to face, and they will be going into with just a FAMAS for Happy. MP9 onto XMS, 2 rifles as well for RPK, and Scream in the AWP again for Sixer. This time though, better utility and a defuse kit as well. But for a go, all 5 players grouping outside this B bomb site. No AWP for Snatche, no AWP for Taul. is they're going to be taking an up in their heat into this round.
XMS as well, that MP9 can be a bit of an annoying weapon if the timing's right. He can be a major nuisance, a thorn in their side, if you can sideline them down as this push comes through. There's the smokes as well to try divide them and give him that window of opportunity. He gets the tag. Look at that. Erlen so low as he has cross responds as well with a frags. Two going to go his way, but they trade it back. Grubby and Furlan deal damage as well as they're in a 3v3. The push is coming towards the site for PHR. Lands the headshot on towards RPK. They've got the smokes down as well. They have site control, but Sixer fires from Vent. Finds one on Snatchy. His head gets ripped clean off by Furlan, and it's all up to Scream.
Scream now, the 1 versus 2. No kit, just a flashbang. Can he try and retrieve the skit? The defuse kit, sorry, from Vent. That was dropped by Sixer, but actually going to be coming in via CT, which means 5 less seconds to go for the defuse, and eventually will be taken down by Furlan. 4-11. An exact repeat we saw on Cobblestone, where a Go claim 11 T rounds. We all know how that one finished.
Yeah. An 8-16 game in favour of a Go was how it went on Cobblestone to give them the first map in this best-of-3 series. It's all tied up, it's all to play for. Whoever takes the victory on Cash will be moving on to face Optic. The other team sent home, sent packing.
Crucial second half pistol now for EnVyUs. If they lose this second half pistol, Jack, this could easily go, what? 12-4, they play versus the Force Bar, the Ecos. 13-4, 14-4. This could easily be a 10-round lead for a Go, where they could be 2 rounds away from meeting Optic for the chance of claiming that second spot to the major qualifier.
Yeah, they're getting so close to the next step in their dream of being able to make it all the way over to Atlanta to play in that major qualifier, to actually get themselves to the major potentially. But it's all ifs and buts, it's all hypothetical, as right now they just need to win specifically this map here on Cash. Ago now on that CT side, what can they do?
They took the pause to discuss the eventual play they're expecting from EnVyUs, as it seems like they're expecting the French side to go towards the B side, but instead Happy's made the correct call towards A. Is this just going to be Furlan playing the headshot angle towards Cast? The fact he is lacking the Kevlar, as he is wielding the smoke and defuse kit, means it will make no difference, as all he's showing is his head, as the smoke comes out to deny and block vision. As here it is, EnVyUs will take the A bomb site. It's all going to come down to the afterplant and the retake.
Unfortunately, no tags, though, as they did cross in. So they've got site control. He's conceded that for free, but he has stayed alive, so they can play for the retake, the 5-on-5. They have to try and get the first frag in their favor, though, to give them the leeway, to give them the room for these openers. They are dubious and aware of the location of some of these Ts, though, as they push in as a duo. Sixer, can he go big? He swings wide. Unfortunately not. He'll go down. Grubby with a double as well. Tao barely staying alive on 1 HP as the push comes round. It's Happy to deal the deadly blows. XMS as well from the back of the site. 1v1 against Grubby. Finds the kill. XMS punishes them as he will overthrow them, force them to crumble away and deal with what they brought to the table on the pistol.
Massive pistol round 1 there for EnVyUs, and now suddenly they will be given their second wind, a second chance into this final map, as they will be claiming the second pistol, sending us to a 5-11 scoreline, as it came down to a 1 versus 1 and the drive-by peek there from XMS, as he will get a final kill from Quad. Round number 17 though, 5-11 into the scoreline. As there still is a 6-run advantage though for a Go going forward on their CT side defense. Grubby being the only player buying Kevlar. Apart from that, non-armored CT players, as they will be backing 2 Deagles, 2 CZs and a PT-50. As it seems like a Go want to be investing heavily into the utility and the AWP since the first buy round, as usually we see more players go for the force buy in the second round.
Ooh. Kills coming through though. These Deagles looking very effective. The only thing is, when you let Sixer get into your backline like that, he is really going to rip his way through you, especially when they're armed with these MAT 10s. They can go for the drive-bys. They can start to be a little bit spicier than normal. So 1 versus 3 now for Tower. All he has in his inventory is that CZ. No armor, no utility, and unfortunately now no life, as he is dead on the ground. Another round going to go the way of EnVyUs.
6-11 as we go into the 18th. There will be the eco from a Go. They do have 2 players, PHR and Snatchy, over $3,000 if they wanted to go for AWP Kevlar to the first buy round. Obviously, saving in that second round will mean they don't invest into Kevlar. Save yourself $750 to invest into utility or invest into utility. So will that be the difference maker going into this first buy round? Or still, can EnVyUs conquer a go and come back into this game and still win out as the favorites?
Oh, lots of frags going in favor of him so far. There is actually a bit of a response though. RPK starts to rip his way through him with a map 10 in his hand. Sixer poised and ready, but you can see a little bit dubious as the people come round. Ignites the vents here as they are in this 3-on-3. Starts to all crumble away though as the kills come through. Screen goes down to PHR. The bomb has been planted. They just have to hold essentially, wait for the push to come towards them. They should be able to overthrow anything that ELEAGUE can mount then on the retake.
3 versus 2. Sixer holding the vent position. If the timing doesn't fall in his favor, it could go south for him, but actually it works out. Grubby now last alive. Then again, RPK and Sixer 1 shot away from a headshot hitting the deck.
Finds the frag, secures the round, and keeps him going, Snods. This is what they need, just this slow and steady slog. Grind it out. Don't get overconfident, don't get overwhelmed, overzealous. Just keep yourself grounded. Play smart.
So, first buyer of the second half. Let's see what it's going to be. 4 rifles from a go, 1 AWP onto Snatche. Kits, 1 Molotov as well for Furlan. And flashbang smokes across the board. So, good, strong buy from a go into the first buyer of the second half. And conversely, for EnVyUs, it will be 5 AKs. No AWP yet for Sixer, as they will be having full utility as well to back up their plays. If they want to go for a slow round, they can work control of the map, take control of B main, take control of checkers, take control of a main door or middle, apply pressure to the CT side and really force them back to their sites. And from there, try go for executions, try go for those opening jewels, those openings picks, if they want to try to decipher the round that way.
Push coming around, ever so slightly encroaching upon that CT side domain towards B. Snatchy though, as he slips through, strikes against Sixer. That was an absolutely spectacular opening shot as he punishes them, plucking them out of the air. RPK as well, demolished by his pure AWPing prowess as they now have control over the round at 4 versus 3. The T spread thin as well. The bomb left in Sunroom. Happy is all on his Todd.
XMS and Scream towards A main, going to be testing Furlan's defensive skills, as he has a Molotov as well if he wants to deny the push. But instead, Scream and Co walk out.
They're going to go for the play, as they will come creeping through, but Scream with the entry, Scream with the double as well, as he doubles it down, gambling like a madman right now as he starts to make them look like clowns on the side of ELEAGUE. It is all going wrong for him. Continuous damage being dealt as he finds that follow-up headshot. 4 frags to his name. Surely Scream isn't going to be able to find the ace here. He's an artist with the AK. He knows how to just completely blow them away in any scenario, but Snatchy coming in for the retake. Happy on the contact angle. He isn't going to be taken down that easily. Pulls a fast one on Snatchy. Gets another round for Envy.
Even after the 2-man entry off the back of the AWP from Snatche towards the B bomb site, it wasn't quite enough to overthrow EnVyUs into that round, as Scream had something to say, as he will be claiming the 4K and wins that round for EnVyUs. 8-11, you can see the pressure mounting now for the CT side defense as they're starting to sense paranoia going into the remainder of the second half as we go into round number 20. It's going to be the eco from a go. 2 sets of Kevlar to PHR and Grubby. Apart from that, just upgraded pistols across the board. Smoke as well for PHR, but nevertheless, a favoured round again for EnVyUs to try and get ever closer back into this one.
Oh, Happy as well with the entry on Furlan. Wallbang coming through as he will rip him down. Snatchy as well, going to fall short to Sixer. These CZs not really mounting much of an offensive into the round. No real shenanigans here as they are just being destroyed. EnVyUs wreaking havoc amongst them with their stronger arsenal, as you would expect.
Just going to be PHR last alive. Has the Smoke, Kevlar, and CZ to work with, but XMS has an AK instead. 11-9, even though EnVyUs have now claimed 5 rounds of the trot, they're still facing a 2-round deficit as we go into the next buy round.
Tactical timeout as well. There you go. They used their first when we got to the half, so they could have extra time to talk about what they wanted to do on the pistol. Now, round 21, they go for a pause once again as the buy comes back through.
Question is, how can a go change and recalibrate their CT defense? Issue is, so far, Scream is able to work magic towards middle. Either try and battle it with an AWP towards connector, towards sandbags, towards highway, or simply just play to give up mid. You can definitely do that. play heavier towards the site, have your mid player fall back towards connector, hold for a CT push if the T side want to go for it, have an op towards the A site, hold for the highway peak, hold for the connector cross. Conversely, if you're going to give up control of mid, you need to be taking counter map control towards B main, towards A main. Even though we only saw 4 rounds from EnVyUs on their CT side, they were still making good play towards A main. You saw Scream constantly pushing for control of that position, gaining map control, gaining information for EnVyUs after they were losing control of middle. As right now, it seems like both teams are struggling on their CT side defense.
Yeah, they can't quite get it together and find the form they need. As you can see, the reposition coming through, though. Obviously, EnVyUs not committing to anything just yet, as they are just playing that slow default. Screaming the elevated angle, ready to try and capitalize towards mid if he thinks there's an opening. Some leeway for him. Snashy goes down first as well. There's Scream also chiming in. So things have really gone downhill for ELEAGUE already into the 21st round.
Time and time again, Scream is able to find these entries towards middle. PHR goes for the re-aggression via checkers. He gets RPK low, but not quite low enough to go 6 feet under. As RPK still walks away with his life. 5 to 3 in terms of the numbers. As Happy will eventually take it down towards the A side, Furlan would in the AWP. As the bomb is still outside B main, Scream leaves boost, comes back towards mid main. It seems like EnVyUs are going to be telegraphing a B play now as they group together outside this B site.
Oh, ready for the flood as they will burst their way in, but is he a plumber as he wants to try and wrap this one up? Instantly shuts them down as he mops them up like a spilt drink snods. It's all starting to go wrong. Scream is the only one left in this scenario. A 1 versus 3 for old Dreamy Screamy. He's been looking effective so far throughout the tournament, but can he do it again today? Taps down as he hammers on the trigger, looking to try and find these impact frags, but time is ticking away. He cannot beat the clock. He's living on borrowed time, and he will fall short.
Not only is it important that Go did win that round, but they also had 3 players surviving, which means somewhat of an economy starting to swell. After losing 5 rounds on the trot, EnVyUs concede 1. They go for the group play towards B, and Tao mows and mops them down. It's going to be 9 to 12, and an instant timeout called by EnVyUs.
Yeah, try and talk about what we need to switch up here, what we can actually change, because they're going to be terrified at this point as well. You know that you're so close. ELEAGUE very, very close to actually securing themselves match point and being able to at least have overtime secure. They don't want to get to that point. They can't allow it to balloon any further out of their control.
Exactly that. As the pause does conclude and we head into round number 22, it's going to be 3 AKs bought so far. It's pretty most likely to be 5 as the money is still good for EnVyUs. Actually 4 and 6 it will be wielding an AWP. Has a decent spawn as well if he wants to go for the peek towards the B bomb site. Then again, Snatchy has been holding towards checkers, holding B main from that angle so far, so would be rolling the dice if he goes for that peek. So bomb again left outside mid main. 4 players towards the A side from EnVyUs as it seems like they've lost confidence going towards the B hits after being shut down by the CT defense towards B. As they group up together now outside the A bomb site. Grubby and Furlan with the op, holding the angles, holding the defense, holding the line essentially for a go as they're so close to causing the upset.
Ready for that push to come through. The due peak round. Look at the damage done by Grubby, though. 6 RPK. So low, they're at a half-life essentially, but they still fight through, playing with confidence. They'll fight tooth for nail. They do not want to concede any more rounds, but the Polish protectors really start to deal damage. There's the punishing plays coming through, though, as Happy hectically strikes, lands the headshot on Tao, leaving them in a 4 versus 3. They have the advantage. All they've got to do is play for trades when the retake comes in, and surely EnVyUs finds success in this round. Time ticking away as well. Everyone has a kit on the side of ELEAGUE, but they're still uncertain about when they need to push in. They're looking for a frag, an opener, and they do get it, but the response is there. XMS with a double as he strikes down twice as hard and twice as fast. Keeps it rolling. A hat-trick for XMS, and EnVyUs, they claim more rounds.
And now the reset as well for a go as it comes full circle. They lose 5 rounds in a row. They finally claim 1, and instantly XMS will be dealing them the reset as they will be going for the force buy. But if they lose this one, Jack, it's going to go 12 to 11. They're going to be forced onto an eco. 12 to 12. could definitely come to fruition now. EnVyUs are making the comeback apparent.
Oh, Happy as well. The early AWP kills. He comes in, going to find that opening frag. That's fairly dominant as they already have the opening kill into the round. So no chance these pistols really potentially providing an upset for the side of Ago. They're pushing through. They're trying their luck. They know they have to get up close and personal. Try and use that point-blank potential against EnVyUs. But EnVyUs just playing with range, playing steady Counter-Strike and winning this round.
5 versus 2. Make that a 5 versus 1 or a 5 versus none. And Scream and XMS will chime in to get the final 2 kills. As the scoreline will read 11 in favor of EnVyUs and 12 for the Polish side of a go. Round number 24, and it's going to be the eco coming out from the CT side as they went for the risky force by Happy through the smoke. Found that first kill. As you can see, they played a game of pass to pass with the op base off of the spawn. And it was definitely well worth the wait. And from that, they're now going to be forcing the eco from a go. And now, suddenly, from an 11-4 scoreline, EnVyUs have brought this one back into touching distance.
Oh yeah, very close for them. It is not too bad at all. When they win this round, Ago, obviously, nothing really to aid them. You can't imagine there's a way they can find success here. So this will be tied up at 12-12. At that point, you're 3 rounds away from success.
1 minute 20 on the clock, and the bomb shifting its way towards A main and door, alongside the rest of the EnVyUs players as well. But unfortunately, walking into the stacked wonderland of the A bomb site from a go. Scream finds the first once again towards middle, but there's 3 players here from the CT side entrenched towards the A site. Let's see if EnVyUs have the Molotovs and the utility to flush these players out.
More kills coming through as well. Those Happy will punish first. Takes down Snatchy. Response as well from RPK as the artillery shells are striking, thudding against what is this weakened, bloodied and bruised side of Ago. The Polish boys are crumbling away as they will be conceding this round. This should be the 12th for EnVyUs, especially when you have Scream stealthily coming in the rear, waiting to punish as he will take down PHR.
An equalized scoreline at 12-12. After seeing how dominant the first half was, you wouldn't think it was imaginable. But somehow EnVyUs have found it within themselves to bring this one back to 12-12. Round number 25 now. And it will be no AWP now for the CT side. No defuse kit as well. So it seems like Ago are really starting to taper off in terms of mental fortitude as well. The frustration starting to mount. And the pressure as well after conceding such a strong lead. As it will be the AWP for Sixer once again. And the bomb this time towards B connector. As it seems like they leave Scream alone to work his magic towards middle. And then from there they group together towards the sites. And so far it's been paying dividends.
Yeah, it's been indeed, Snods. The burst play, though, is what they have set themselves up for. Will the stars align? Or will they be shot down? Will their dreams be crushed? Is this going to be EnVyUs that have success into this round as they are defending, eagerly waiting for the onslaught to come their way to try and amount this defense? The first frag goes the way of Snatchy as he finds one PHR as well. Scream fires back with a rifle. We know how deadly and positionally he can be. Sixer with a flick as well. That is insane that he's landed that back on Snatchy. Overpowers him, overthrows this, and the defense is starting to look weaker by the minute.
3 versus 3, no kits for the CT side as Happy holds the angle towards Venta. Oh, about to be challenged as well. But then again, Sixer is low. Is that the lifeline that Ago need?
Happy needs to just focus on Vent, deal with Tao if he does go for the play. Molotov as well will aid him massively. It delays so much time and transfers some splash damage towards him. They're trying to send him off to the Burns ward if they can, but for now, it's a matter of just waiting and lying for this push to come through. Smoke goes down to provide them the shroud they need. Tower with the entry. It causes them to focus at different angles. They can't trade for each other as effectively. Grubby as well. Strikes on Sixer. It's all on Scream. He gets 2. Hungry for the third. Surely not for Scream. Close, but he doesn't grab it. Grubby will take him down, but there's no time. It's overticked. Grubby was living on borrowed time, and that is going to be the round going the way of EnVyUs.
Ago are going to be learning firsthand the real pain of going for those quasi-buys where you invest into CZs, Kevlars, Deagles, armor, into those half buys, and what it means is going to the full buys where you are at stacked odds. You lack that final little push over the finish line, and without the defuse kit, they will be conceding Round number 25 and into the 26th, Jack. It's going to be 13-12, and finally, for the first time in this matchup, this final map of this best of 3, EnVyUs have the lead.
They are not going to want to throw it away either. You can see the weapons that are in commission for the side of ELEAGUE, though. Their arsenal fairly weak. More just those secondary firearms, the pistols that have come out with light upgrades here and there. The only real shining light is going to be that orb, but will that give them the upper hand? Will give that some kind of momentum to the side of ELEAGUE? Could they find any powerful plays to at least open up this round? It's going to rely so massively on Grubby.
Saved orb from Grubby, but is it enough to try and overcome the power of EnVyUs into this round as the Molotovs rain in towards the A site, flushing out the CT players?
Snatchy goes down as well, so the counter boost play does not work. Furlan nearly turned into a bit of a shish kafir, as he will be set on fire. Happy and co ready for more, though, as they do have utility to play over as well. They can really set ablaze to this A side. They pound round, the acrobatics are on display, but unfortunately Furlan gets a bit of a failure on that one. Does fall short, everyone crumbles. Grubby has to save once more. He still has that orb, and he doesn't want to give it to them for nothing. No reason, just throw it into the wind carelessly. Just save, just stay alive, fight another day. 14th round will now be secured for EnVyUs.
10 rounds now for EnVyUs on the T side, and only one claim for a go. Even though it's been such a dominating second half for EnVyUs, you can't count the Polish players out just yet, as they still are only 2 rounds behind. Can they pause, reset their mental fortitude and mental prowess, try and mentally tap back into this one, go back to where they were previously when they had that incredible performance on their T side?
EnVyUs, they will get that round. They will work their way through. ELEAGUE still once more. The only weapon they were able to save is the AWP. The rebuy can come out as they have cash to splash the Wonga they've achieved. But is this going to be a difference maker? Or is this just going to be the standard rounds we've seen? Will they try and make amends and then fall short when it comes down to the crunch?
14-12 into round number 27. 2 AWPs is going to be the answer from a go. And Snatche will be going for the same angle towards B main. Tower will be going towards quad as well, playing that MBK position, actually holding for a peek towards A main. Instead, you can see how passive a go are now playing towards middle. As I said earlier as well, Jack, if the CT side can play more passive towards mid, stop giving Scream those entries towards middle, then there can be success for the CT side if they can try and force and funnel EnVyUs into the sites, into the choke points where they have set up secured. Nevertheless, though, 1 minute 15 on the clock. Bomb towards mid main as Sixer. We'll be going towards the B half of the map. So are we about to see a fake coming out from EnVyUs as they try to force a go into a panic and overstack, over-rotate to the A side?
Can they brain them? Can the mind games come through? Right now, you can see that early play towards B. Seems like they did want to try and show a little bit of leg, plant the seeds of doubt in their mind, force the panic and the paranoia to come in, as it has actually caused a little bit of a rotate. Furlan, though, prime time positioning. This should be absolutely fantastic if they play their cards right. It can be glorious.
Can indeed. 30 seconds left now, as Furlan and Tawal have such forward positions towards A main.
Oh, they peek through, but XMS gets the first. That's the entry. Scream as well with a follow-up. Spectacular stuff as he lands that incredible shot. They've now got site control. They can dial it back, calm down, get the bomb planted, play from post plants. PHR has other ideas in mind as he will eliminate the Screamy King as he takes him down. XMS as well, forced to drop his AWP, switch out to an AK to try and give him a little bit of extra mobility into the round. But it seems like the save has been called for ELEAGUE.
Yeah. Allow EnVyUs to go to match point. Try and save your weaponry into the next round and bring this game back to overtime. You can see Snatcher, their head in hands, realizing how much of an advantage they threw away. 11-4 was the first half. They concede the second half pistol. And these rounds went like dominoes, one by one, in favor of the French, more experienced siders. Once it comes down to the final portions of this best of 3, they're the ones performing.
Yeah. As soon as it got to crunch time, They looked effective. They just looked like there was no real response, no answer. ELEAGUE looking complacent into these last few rounds. They try, but as soon as things go wrong, you can just see the confidence get broken. They start to miss shots. And right now, this is their last-ditch attempts. There's no more room for mistakes. It's now or never. It's do or die. Will EnVyUs pick up the victory? Will they work their way through to battle it out against Optic? Or will ELEAGUE somehow start to revitalize themselves?
EnVyUs, though, working with 3 match points to try and close out the final map of this best of 3 and then match and play versus Optic for the spot at the major qualifier to meet Space Soldiers there. As Scream once again boosted up, trying to go for that peek towards middle. Challenge. PHR towards Connector, and of course he finds that first kill. Once again, Agoa conceding the man advantage to this man in your Scream. The Belgium star finds the first kill time and time again towards middle.
Not a good spot to be in, as this push can now come through. Tower just waiting, terrified and timid. Snatchy as well. He can steal around vital kills, but can he steal the round for his side? He pushes in, hits him with a no-scope, hits him with a follow-up frag as well. That's a dirty double, as he will punish those T players. If Tower can find something at mid, maybe it's manageable. Kill Scream, but Happy's there for the response. They do outnumber the Ts now. EnVyUs, it's all on Happy and XMS. This duo on that terrorist side, can they wreak havoc? Can they cause trouble? Or will this be ELEAGUE getting at least something else to play with?
Man advantage for a go. 30 seconds left as the bomb is towards Sunroom. As the smoke comes out towards B main to block off the vision from the CT players on that B bomb side. XMS retrieves the bomb. Happy rejoins as well outside B main. Snatcher with the uphold of the angle. Grubby as well to back him up to try and fend off EnVyUs, but can they still secure him?
All push coming in, XMS with the tag, but it's not quite a frag. He somehow gets the kill though. He isn't protected. Grubby left in the 1v2, but Happy takes him down. Happy, he has been incredibly dominant the entire way through. I think he's just got the bomb plant in the nick of time as well. Planted it literally 4 seconds. He did it too late. It was just after 4.
Agoa still into this one, 15-13 after a split-second round that concluded in favor of the CT side. They are now 2 away from forcing OT and reigniting the fire behind them into this matchup after conceding a monumental advantage into this final map. Can they try and knock out EnVyUs? Can they try and have the Cinderella story come to the foreground? Or will it end in the upset? Sorry, the comeback from EnVyUs. But then again, up again for Snatche. 4 rifles for the CT side. This time they have kits across the board. As it will be, 6 are playing passive towards T-spawn, holding for the peak towards B main. No one though from the CT side is pushing, as right now both of these teams are praying and hoping that someone gives away that first kill. Someone gives away that advantage to try and open up that 16th for EnVyUs.
Slow push. Slow and steady wins the race. Meanwhile, aggression with an AK takes off the face as they want to try and slip in towards that A-bomb site, see if they can actually wreak a little bit of havoc. XMS as well, cracking skulls once more as he'll look crisp with that AK and pop the head of Snatchy. There is a response from Grubby though. Furlan as well, the elevated angle, so exposed, so in the open. It just gave Happy such an easy frag. PHR tries to stay alive, fights through the blindness, but he couldn't quite close it out the kill.
Tao will get the reply though to Scream, 2 versus 2. Happy finds himself an open A-bomb, so he can now go for a 4 position and deny the rotations and deny the retake now from a go. As it will be a kill onto Grubby, but apart from that, no utility to aid the CT side into this retake.
Working their way up. Tao and Grubby. AK and M4. They need this round. They need more. As they will group up and try and play together in terms of utility. The only thing they have is a flashbang on Tao. And then it all comes down to their natural skill into the round. But Happy strikes first, strikes hardest as he takes down Tower. Grubby, what can he achieve? He wants to try and stay alive, wants to stay in the tournament, finds the headshot and Happy. It's all up to Sixer as he'll push his way through, rattling off these pot shots. You can see he's timid, he's shaking, but he's charging in. Sixer lands the shot, takes him down. EnVyUs win. ELEAGUE are going home. EnVyUs are moving on to face